Hello, it's Sharon from Be Divine Vintage Journals and Crafts. I'm working on, as I said yesterday, in my video yesterday, I'm working on this journal, very beautiful journal. It's made using the Magical Tea Party kit. I know I've been making it forever from Line.Arrow, but I have got reasons for having been missing in action. I'm sure you will agree. It's coming together very, very beautifully. Yeah, you agree? I love it. It's one of my favourite journals I've ever done this, actually. So today, yesterday I made the faux, what do they call these? Cabinet card. So after I'd finished that video, I made two more. Here's this one. This is the one with the, this is the other, there was two, I think there were sisters involved in the fake photographs of fairies. So here's the other one and the fairies, and here's, I think it is similar to that one, but close, it's the same girl, but a much closer up of the fairy. And that one I put a little flower on. Then they've got the postcards on the back out of the kit. I might put a stamp on there actually. So yeah, so they turned out really pretty. So those are in the back there. So I've just got this little bit, oh, even less than that. Just got this little bit to do. So isn't that a pretty page? I love that. So in here, if you want to see how I've done these pages, there is a, you know, if you have a look in the videos, they're there. There's a list through of how I made this. So today I'm going to make a faux glassine envelope out of the dyed tissue paper, coffee dyed tissue paper, and I'm going to make an envelope for in here, maybe make a tag as well, but I dyed the tissue paper to do this, you know, so it fits on there. So I love this tissue paper. Did I use the tissue paper yesterday? Yes, I used the tissue paper to print these on off my other cabinet cards. I copied them off the other cabinet cards like this. So if you've not got tissue paper in your stash, it's worth getting some in. So I've got those if I do any more sort of cabinet card style things. So I'm going to do an envelope for in there, and if I get a chance to do a tag, well, we'll do a tag as well. So I'm going to make a long envelope. You see that's been torn and it's a bit wiggly, but never mind. So let's just see how wide that actually is. If that would fit inside that pocket, and yes it would. Right, let's get cracking with this then. So this measures, I mean, it depends on the size of your pocket as to what it actually measures. For me, it's just below 6 inches. So, and I'm going to make it, let's have a look. I don't think I want it this tall. Mind you, when that falls down, yes, it probably is. This is half an A4 sheet of paper actually. So it is just, it's 8 1/8 inch. Are you impressed there that I'm getting to know my inches? So we literally do that. We literally, oh, do you know, I'm going to leave that bit of ink on there because it doesn't matter if it goes on this. We need to fold up the bottom like that. So that's there. That's there. And that will fold onto there. sure everything matches up before we go sort of cutting and things. The other day I was working with my mum, and I was making her some little pockets because we've been making these lace journals, and I was making her some little pockets, and my mum is an absolute perfectionist. So when I starts making the pockets and I'm at it, oh, it's about there and it's about there, and she was like absolutely shocked, you know, that I wasn't measuring everything precisely, because she's got such a keen and perfectionist eye. So as I'm cutting things, she had her eyes fixed firmly on me, making sure I was doing it all accurately. Let's follow that down to where we'd want that to go. And the reason I'm doing all these folds is because so that I know where to cut. So we've measured the width against the, just recapping, against the pocket, and this is half an A4. We've folded up about ½ an inch at the bottom, and we've got roughly not quite ½ an inch at the side, and then I've got 2 inches actually at the top there. So we fold all them down, we open it up, and we've got all our creases. We get our scissors, and we'll take that off there. We will cut it there. We'll take that off there. So now we've got that for inside, and we've got that at the bottom. Here we need to take this bit off at the top, so we'll cut that on an angle, and we will take that off the top. I just had this mad thought then that I wasn't filming. So I'll show you where I'm up to now. So we've got that at the side, we've got that, then we've got these two here. So I'm going to cut this one off so that the top is the flat. Cut that off. This has been inspired by Twisted Paper Studio. Let's cut that down there. I do like watching Twisted Paper Studio. Right, so now it's up to you how pointed, whether you want it as an absolute point or how you want it. I am going to do that, so folding it over, I'm going to take it from the top. I'm not going to take it right to the corner because I want a little bit of a lip there. Oh, that's not quite right. Let me do it to about there. So that will fold over like that. So I've got these little side bits. I also need to cut that. So, circular punch. Let me get this out. I thought I had it because I've been tidying up. I obviously put it away. I'm sorry. It's my dog. She was just settled down in front of the drawer and acting either. Circular punch, you know, just to cut out a bit. So we've got like a thumb. Oh, believe that this is easier. When you cut tissue, it's quite difficult actually, because it doesn't always do a clear cut and it ends up stuck in the machine and what have you. So if you put a piece of paper underneath it, then get your punch. This is supposed to work better. Let's see. Oh, and it does. Look at that. How many times have you done that and that bit's got stuck in your punch? Look at that. Right, now I'm just going to edge it with, I'm going to put some tea dye on first. I was watching another artist and they said, don't get your brushes mixed up. Keep your brushes separate for your oxides. But I don't know if I'm using this. Obviously, if I was going to use blue, I would use a different sponge. But because I'm on virtually the same shades, I'm just using the same sponge. Here. Let's just go down here. That is going to show. That's that. That's that. Let's go down there. Let's go round this one. So I'm doing my lighter one first. This is my tea dye. And this is, yeah, it is it coffee dyed? Actually, it's tea dyed tissue paper, this. Tea dyed. I'm trying to think of all the places where you'll see. And that's the bits I'm going over with the tea. So you get your shade in there. Along the top. And into there. So you get your shading there, there, and there. So everything you're going to see has been dyed. And they're distressed. Now I'm going to go in with the darker one. And I'm going to pick out some areas which I think, ooh, they might be sort of even darker. I'm just going to pick a few, not all of it, just a few bits out where I think they might have been more distressed. Definitely along there. So have a think where you think, oh, that's been folded. I'm going to distress that a bit darker. Let's turn it over. There. Oh, it's coming along nice. I like that. Right. I also want to stick one of these. This is my last bit of the kit that I'd printed onto tea bag paper. Because I'm near the end, I don't really want to be printing any more off. I mean, I will if I have to do. So let's just, I'm going to glue this on there before I glue it all together. So I'm just literally just tearing that off. I love the fact it's a tea party book and it's got tea bag paper. I love the fact that I've decoupage tea bag paper onto tea bags. Does that make me weird? Whoop. Right, that'll do. Enchanting. There we are. So I'm going to move them bits. I'm going to just clean that off. I know some of the artists I watch have such amazingly clean and tidy workspaces. And when I moved from the downstairs room to this slightly bigger room upstairs, I said to my hubby, I want a space where I can film to craft. Anyway, did that happen? No, because I filled it up. I filled that space up with other things. Right, I'm going to just use dry glue to do this. Put the dry glue on the tea bag paper there. Then peel that off there. Ooh. Move it across. Let's get that little bit there that I accidentally tore. That goes there. Enchanting. Then get the glue. Just go back over the top. Just gonna rub that on. When I worked with my mum as well, my mum doesn't like getting messy fingers. Oh, my mum stitches. Well, yeah, you don't get messy fingers, but she's painted as well. She used to paint with palette knives. She paints fine paint. She paints bone china. Used to paint bone china and things, but she can't stand. Let me dry that. She can't stand getting messy hands. Just let me dry that. Go. That's nice. So then in here, we need to just glue the bag together. So even though it isn't glassine, this tissue paper has come together so beautifully. Let's wipe that over. That it, you know, it could pass as glassine. Because I know that glassine to buy, glassine paper, is very, very expensive. And glassine bags and envelopes. Glassine envelopes, let's just take that a bit. This one a bit sharper. Glassine envelopes are ridiculously priced, and they're quite difficult to get in the UK. And the ones that you can get are handmade. So yeah, they are ridiculously, well, they're not ridiculously priced because somebody has handmade them, but and I think, you know, you get what you pay for, but you just can't get glassine envelopes. Somebody said to me my work was ridiculously priced. And they said, well, you love doing the work, so you should do it for free. You shouldn't charge for your time. And I said, well, I love nursing, but I certainly weren't going to do that for free. So if you want to buy glassine envelopes, they're normally from the United States. So yeah, then they are absolutely ridiculously priced because you've got the postage cost as well. So I'm sorry to any artists. I don't mean to offend you saying the handmade ones are ridiculously priced. What I meant, I'm tying myself in and digging deeper, aren't I? What I meant was they're expensive. They're expensive and you can make your own. I hope I've dug my way out of that one. I hope I've dug my way out. So there is a nice little envelope. Yeah, you like that? Just needs a bit of glue on there. That would be ridiculously priced now if it went on my Etsy. But it's not, because it's taken me time to make it. Have a look. 18 minutes. So let's just think, if I was on minimum wage, I'd be on about £12 an hour. So that's six. So it's straight away, it's £3 for my time. So then if I add if I added the cost of the goods and what have you, you know, you're talking £4 straight away for one envelope. And that is a lot of money. So if you go and you buy a pack of tissue paper yourself, I think I might put that on the back there just as a closure. So if you buy it, you buy the glassine or you buy the tissue paper yourself, you can get it cheap at the works and what have you. Then you're not paying the prices of people, including me, who have to make them. I appreciate some people do like to buy other artists' work, and that's good. It's a good job. It's a good job. But, you know, when you start calculating time into things, that's why items are expensive. I've got friends who are quilters, and they say they'll never ever get to sell the quilts because of the time that they put into making them. They're just not not cost effective. People will not pay that money for them. That's nice. So I'm going to make a tag to go in there. And I'm going to use, let's have a look what I've got here. These are some of my bits I've been saving. That's true. Well, that one might go in. Yes, that one will. You know, your bits and pieces, I save them as I go along. Let's cut that off. Let's have a look. Oh, look at that, perfect. So it needs to come off about there. About there. Just tear that off. That's in nice. Yep. So I'm going to get something on here. I love this piece of silk. I was just sorting out and that fell out of the cupboard and I thought, aha, I'm going to use that. I want something from the kit. This, which is so pretty. And I'm going to glue that. I'm going to glue that on the back of there. So let's just put the glue on. I think I should get shares in Pritt Stick. I want it about there. Oh, do I want it off to the corner? Nope, about there. Line.arrow do have some lovely kits. Check them out. I think she's based in, is she called Natalie or Natasha? Natalie, I think, based in Holland, the Netherlands. I'm really into this tearing now. It actually tears better if you put your ruler upside down. I worked that out yesterday. It tears easier. Well, she says, as it rips across there. It does, it does. I promise you. Perfect. And let's tear that bit off the bottom. In fact, I'm going to cut that because it's tiny. Cut that off there. That's nice, isn't it? So that is the back. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to round the corner. Not with that, not. I'm going to round the corners. That one. That one. I'm going to cut this in a little tag shape. Flip that over. Cut that off there. Punch a hole. My mind's not on things today. I've got a lot on my mind. There we go. Get my little jar of bits and bobs. Is this it? No, that's tags. Thought I had some. I usually have some little circly things. You know, to put on there. I know where they are. Doggy steak pot. I'm just going to pinch them off this tag. My daughter and son-in-law are down from Durham this weekend. I went to the theatre last night, watched Peter Kay, which was good. Such a funny comedian. Watched Peter Kay. And today we're all just having a lazy day because it was very late when we got in last night. And then I went to bed, and I will use this tag again, do not fear. I went to bed and started reading. So that's me till like 2 AM. So today we're all really tired. My son's not so good, so that's on my mind as well. Put them on there. I wanted these on because I like the colour. That one on there. Right. I'm just thinking now, should I have put that on there? I think I'll just... Actually, no, I shouldn't have put it on yet. Let's take it off. Let's put it on my glue lid. I might just sort of stick that on there. Yes, I will. My son's asleep in my bed at the minute. He has his own place, and he wasn't feeling very well, so my son-in-law went and picked him up, and he's brought him over here, and he's just sort of lay on my bed and fell absolutely fast asleep. There we go. Yeah, he's absolutely crashed out. Hopefully he's so stubborn, he'll be like, no, I'm going home. You know, later. I just wish he'd stay for a few days and let my mother in. But they're so fiercely independent, these younger generation. Just cutting that around, focusing, that's why I'm not talking. So it looks nice on the back because that frames the back, and it will just naturally fray around itself there. So it frames the back, which is just reminding me that I didn't go ahead and ink it. I had a lovely meal, Indian meal last night, Indian street food, that was good. Sadly my son didn't come because he wasn't feeling well, so that was a bit of a sad point, but I'll grab a piece of paper to put that on. That was a bit sad that he weren't there. I really missed him. And you know, even though I knew he was poorly, but I knew he was all right. But you're still worried, aren't you? He's 27, but he's still worried about my kids, as I'm sure you all do. So that's nice. So let's get that hole punch again. See if I can punch through that fabric. It's like, you don't want to go through the fabric. I don't want to punch through that. Let's take that off. Right, let's punch through that. There we go, got it. Sorted. Right, put that one back on. I forgot that the punch was smaller than the hole, those protective holes we put on. Let's put a little bit of glue on there and put that on. There, that's better. So how are we going to decorate this side? It's rather nice. Rather nice. Just looking what's on my desk. What's here? Let's get my jar. What have I got? Some flowers. They're pretty. flowers. What's this lace here? Some lace. That's nice. Flowers, some lace. I'm delving in because I've seen some green ribbon that go nicely through the top. So we've got that, we've got that. Let's have a look on in our kit. I do love these spoons. Let's get a spoon. I've got some, I have some beautiful silver, like afternoon tea cutlery, silver spoons and little cake and forks, and so pretty, but I hardly ever use it because of cleaning it. It's just there in my beautiful unit. People say, oh, that's beautiful, beautiful. And it's like, yes, it is. However, I just don't use it. I'd used it when our Queen's Diamond Jubilee, I must admit. And I used it at the King's coronation. And they're about 150 years old. Best fussy cutter I've ever seen is Girl on the Ridge. I have never seen anybody cut like she does. Put a spoon on. That's nice. And then, should we put this cup and saucer on? I have never seen anybody cut like Laurie Girl on the Ridge. She's just amazing. The speed that she cuts. She'd be done now, this cup. She fascinates me. I just like watching her cut. She has an amazing technique as well, where I don't know, nothing seems to move. Yeah, it's cut out. I think she just cuts like the paper like that and just keeps moving everything, and before you know it, it's cut out. Let's just do around the edge. So just a little cup and saucer and a spoon. Yes, I think that'll be enough on there. I think that's very pretty. So let's get the old Fabri-Tac. My daughter came in then, so I don't know what she wants. Hopefully she'll be saying, Mum, would you like a cup of tea? Lace. I've made a cup of tea. I've just been to my mum's. I've had a cup of tea. I think I'm so thirsty because we had a curry last night. I did have a glass of wine, but that was it. But curries make me so terribly thirsty. That's there. That's nice on there. Let's put our cup on. What was I watching? I was watching a video this morning, one of these news videos from somewhere in the world, and it said, oh, the British, very British, cup of Earl Grey. And I thought, that's true. Cup of Earl Grey and something else it said. I can't remember what else it said. I was too focused on the Earl Grey, thinking, oh, I could just have a glass of Earl Grey, a cup of Earl Grey. I'm going to have a cup of tea now. I do love Tetley tea. It's a little spoon, spoony weeny. I'm using Fabri-Tac because I am gluing onto fabric. Very simple design on the back there, but it just reminds me of an old-fashioned tea party. So we've got a wedding dress applique, a spoon, teacup, some old lace and this lovely silk. And then on the back of the card is this writing space from the kit. So I'm going to use this, like, fold it a few times, put it through, she says. Everything's sticking everywhere. I'll push that through. Tie it. So we've gone, I was ideally just making a glassine, faux glassine envelope, and I've made a tag as well. Now then, I was going to cut that, but actually it looks quite nice as though it's a bow. So where are we? Where's my journal? Where's my envelope? Oh no! Oh, here it is. Here it is. So that goes in there. So it's like a double whammy. It's like a double writing space. You could write on there, couldn't you? And then we've got that to write on as well. So we're going to pop that into there. Come on. It's because I've left a bit of fabric. It's like saying, oh, it's a spoon. It's actually the spoon. Blooming neck. Let's cut that bit of card off. Shall I fold it round? Yeah, I'm folding it round. Folding it. So that fits in there like that. That closes there like that. And we've got that little bit of green sticking out. That looks nice. And that fits in there. And that says everlasting, and that says enchanting. And that's me done for the day. I think I need to lie down. I need to sort my brain out. I know that. Distracted. I've been very distracted. That's the word. I've got this 2p plastic coin that I found, and I'm going to put that in a little tiny envelope and put it somewhere as though the fairies found it. Somewhere in the book. So what do you think to those pages? So we turn over and we've got these pages for writing on, and then we're up to tag time. So I'm going to look for some ephemera as well to put in there. That page is done. This page is for writing on there. I've put some foreign notes on there. This page I don't want to do anything with because I think she is so pretty. And we've just got a pocket there to do. Got some lines to put on these papers. Oh, that's stuck on there. Don't want to lift up. Lift. It's got some lines to put on. And then that's done. A little bit of something for there, and this journal will be done. So I'm just going to do that. So I'm Sharon, a distracted Sharon today, and you've been watching me on my channel, Be Divine Vintage. So I will see you again very soon. Bye bye.